The water was colder than she expected. Emma gasped as her body plunged beneath the sparkling blue surface, her scream muffled in bubbles. Laughter erupted from above, the cruel, mocking laughter of classmates who had spent the last semester finding new ways to humiliate her. Her chest burned, but Emma didn't thrash. She didn't panic. Instead, she let herself sink for a moment, eyes open, staring up at the distorted figures standing at the pool's edge. She could make out the leader of the group, Jessica Miller, the daughter of a wealthy developer who owned half the town's businesses. Jessica's blonde curls glistened in the sun as she smirked down at Emma, surrounded by her loyal friends, Ethan and Chloe. To everyone else, Emma was just the farm girl. The quiet one. The girl with mud on her boots and calluses on her hands. What no one knew, what Emma had guarded like a secret treasure, was that for the last 8 years, she had been training in martial arts under her uncle David, a retired instructor who believed discipline was more important than reputation. As she kicked off the pool floor and broke the surface, water streaming down her face, Emma forced herself to stay silent. She climbed the ladder, dripping, her clothes clinging to her body. Jessica's laughter cut through the air like knives. "Oh look, the farm girl finally got a bath." Ethan snickered. "Careful, Jess, she might smell worse when it dries." Chloe added, "Don't worry. She doesn't bite, she just stares like a lost puppy." Emma's eyes met theirs briefly, calm and unreadable. She didn't argue. She didn't give them the reaction they craved. She simply walked away, her wet sneakers squeaking against the concrete. Emma lived on the outskirts of town, on her family's small farm. Her father, Michael, woke before dawn every day to tend to the animals, while her mother, Laura, baked bread to sell at the market. Life wasn't glamorous, but it was honest. Emma had grown up hauling feed, repairing fences, and waking to the sound of roosters instead of alarm clocks. But the farm came with a price. At school, her classmates mocked her for smelling like hay, for wearing old jeans, for not owning the latest phone. She had endured their cruelty for years, believing her parents' words, "You don't fight fire with fire. Be strong, be patient. Your character will outlast their cruelty." Her uncle David, however, taught her something different. After returning from years abroad as a martial arts competitor, he had taken Emma under his wing. She started training at 10, learning discipline, self-control, and how to channel her emotions into strength. By 16, she could disarm a grown man twice her size. But Uncle David's lessons were clear. Power isn't for proving yourself, Emma. It's for protecting yourself and others. The strongest warrior is the one who doesn't need to fight, until there's no choice. That was why Emma never fought back, no matter what Jessica and her friends did. The bullying escalated. They tripped her in hallways. They stuffed notes into her locker calling her, "cow girl," and, "smelly." During lunch, they once poured chocolate milk over her hair. Emma endured, her silence only fueling their frustration. Jessica, used to breaking people, grew angrier. "Why doesn't she cry?" Jessica whispered one day to Chloe. "Why doesn't she snap? I want to see her beg." That's when they planned the pool incident. But Emma still walked away. Still silent, still calm. A week later, the school hosted a charity fair by the community pool. Parents, teachers, and students gathered for food, games, and performances. Emma volunteered to help with her mother's baked goods stall, quietly arranging loaves of bread and cookies while Jessica strutted around. Like she owned the event. Near the pool, music blared. Teens played volleyball while parents chatted. Emma stayed on the sidelines, content to help her mom. That's when she overheard Ethan snickering to Jessica. "Want to make the farm girl part of the entertainment?" Jessica's eyes gleamed. "Oh, absolutely." Before Emma could react, Jessica shoved her hard from behind. Emma stumbled forward, arms flailing, and crashed into the pool again, this time in front of the entire community. Gasps echoed. People turned. Some laughed awkwardly, unsure how to respond. Emma's head broke the surface. For the first time, she felt something shift inside her. It wasn't anger, it was resolve. She climbed out, water dripping, her eyes locking on Jessica's smug smile. Jessica sneered. "Oops, looks like she needed another bath." The crowd chuckled nervously. Teachers hesitated, unsure whether to intervene. Emma's mother rushed forward, but Emma raised her hand slightly, stopping her. She had endured enough. For years, Emma had lived in silence, believing patience was the answer. But patience had turned into permission for cruelty. She took a step forward. Her voice rang out, steady and clear for the first time. "Jessica, I've let you humiliate me for years. Not because I'm weak, but because I chose to be stronger than your words. But today, her soaked clothes clung to her as she squared her shoulders. Today, you crossed a line. The crowd went still. Jessica laughed, rolling her eyes. Oh please, what are you going to do? Cry, run home to your cows. Emma didn't answer. She simply moved. In a blur, faster than anyone could follow, Emma sidestepped Jessica's shove, catching her wrist and twisting it with precise control. Jessica yelped, stumbling forward. In the same motion, Emma pivoted, sweeping Jessica's legs gently but firmly, sending her flat onto the grass. Gasps erupted. Jessica scrambled up, red-faced. You think you're tough. She lunged again. This time, Emma spun gracefully, her movement fluid like water. She didn't strike. She didn't injure. She simply redirected Jessica's momentum, sending her tumbling safely toward the pool's edge. The crowd burst into shocked laughter and applause. Emma stepped back, calm and centered, her voice steady. Martial arts isn't about hurting people. It's about control, and I won't let you hurt me, or anyone else, again. Jessica froze, humiliated. For the first time, she saw Emma not as a victim, but as someone untouchable. Ethan and Chloe exchanged nervous glances, their bravado dissolving under the weight of the crowd's eyes. The teachers stepped in, finally pulling Jessica back, scolding her. Parents shook their heads. Emma's mother, tears in her eyes, hugged her tightly. From that day, the bullying stopped. But Emma's journey didn't end there. The story of the farm girl who flipped the bully spread through town. Some students approached her with admiration, asking about martial arts. Others apologized for laughing at her in the past. Emma never gloated, never boasted. She only said, strength means nothing if you use it to belittle others. She started teaching self-defense classes at the community center, with Uncle David's guidance. Kids who had once been shy or bullied began to stand taller, their confidence growing. Even some of Jessica's former friends attended. Jessica herself. It took months, but one day, she showed up quietly at Emma's class, eyes downcast. Emma didn't turn her away. She offered her a bow, the universal sign of respect. Jessica bowed back, humbled. Years later, when Emma looked back on that day by the pool, she realized it wasn't the moment she revealed her skills, it was the moment she embraced her voice. The farm girl who once endured in silence had become a leader, not because she was the strongest fighter, but because she had chosen to rise above cruelty without losing her compassion. Her story carried a simple, timeless truth. You can be quiet, you can be humble, but never mistake kindness for weakness. True strength lies in knowing when to stand tall.